I'm in Salad and I saw Lego Scooby Doo Blowout Beach Bash. It is directed by Ethan Spalding, written by Emily Brundage and Aaron Preacher, and if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. This movie starts with the most annoying musical opening scene that I've ever seen in a movie. We just have a bunch of Lego characters just dancing. We're at the beach, ooh yeah, we're at the beach, woo-hoo, we're at the beach, woo-hoo, 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 yeah, beach time. And it does this for 5 minutes. Oh, this might be the opening premise of the movie, oh, there might be some monster going to happen at the end of the 5 minutes. Nope, none of that. Instead, we then get a shot of the Scooby Doo gang at a mummy place? What is that, a museum? At a museum doing Scooby Doo things, okay? And I was just thinking, man, I wish that they just showed me the mummy thing first instead of this musical. Like I'm supposed to be grabbed by the musical aspect of the movie. No, the musical aspect of the movie turns me off. And it turns me off even more because this movie is probably 10% singing. If you're going to make a musical, please dedicate to musicalness. Dedicate to probably 70 or 80% of the movie to being about singing. Probably the least amount of musical you can get while also having a good movie and a good musical is La La Land. That's probably about 50% musical. So please, dedicate to the musical if you're going to sing in a movie. Otherwise, cut it. I hate musicals. The Scooby-Doo gang be like, oh, we're sick of solving mysteries. Oh, look at all these monsters. They're monstering all over the place. I'm like, okay, cool. Go to the beach. Then I go to the beach. Why couldn't you have them singing here when they get into town? It's like the audience and the Scooby-Doo gang's first introduction to the beach. Why didn't you do that? It just feels like there's some weird editing decisions going on. The animation, the writing itself is fine at this moment. Just switch it up, man. Show me the Scooby-Doo gang opening up with some action, with them finding this mummy and capturing this mummy and then unpeeling his fat face mask. Tear it off, that's a good Scooby-Doo introduction. And then contrast to the beach and it's like, oh, happy beach, woohoo, yeah, look at this happy beach, right? Oh, something weird's happening to this happy beach and nobody is singing anymore. That's a little bit weird. Just do that. Just do that. Don't do what you told me in the movie's order. Don't do what this movie did, please. Oh, for the love of Jesus. We're having the Scooby-Doo gang go to this hotel and the hotel people be like, oh, hey, we're talking, right? Here's probably 20 minutes of the movie. You have the Scooby-Doo gang and they're talking with these two very friendly hotel runners, and these hotel runners are talking to the Scooby-Doo, and every time they mention something, bam, flashback. And I'm like, why is there a flashback? Why couldn't have this been shown? I feel like flashbacks, if not done correctly, is just lazy writing. You've got to be able to know the art of using a flashback. Otherwise, it just feels like a flashback is just random, it confuses me, and it doesn't really establish the character very well. It makes me be like, oh man, I wish I saw that character do the thing. Why didn't they just do the thing? Why is there just like, oh, there's them now, and then, oh, let's go flashback to them. Oh, let's go flashback to the Scooby-Doo gang doing some weird antics. Oh no, there's a pirate. Wow, another movie where there's a pirate. How many Scooby-Doo movies are there where there's gonna be a ton of pirates, man? And then to make matters worse, we got the cops come in. We have the mayor come in. The mayor doesn't know at all the Scooby-Doo gang is here. Does not care that they're here. Hey, gotta arrest them because they did the pirate stuff. And I'm like, what? Why are you just going in all hot? Arrest them! Why? The Scooby-Doo gang, they're talking, and it doesn't seem like they really convince him to not arrest them. But and he's like, don't arrest him, actually. I made a mistake. And I'm like, wait, within the 30 seconds of when you said arrest them, and then you're like, oh, don't arrest them. That just is me confused. Do you want them arrested or do you not want them arrested? Oh, they can be useful. They can solve mysteries. Wow. Hey, mystery gang. We got a mystery for you. What's up with all these pirates? There's also this really rich, I don't know if it's a clique, if it's just two people, but there's these two rich douche canoes. You know, they're not nice. They're like, aha, we're better than you because we don't have an ascot. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you insulting Fred like that? Why you gotta be like that, dude? Why you gotta be like that? Stop it. This makes me just think that you're the villains because you're here just being like, oh, you suck. Ha 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 ha. But also, on second thought, if they wanted to be the villains, they would hide about it. They wouldn't just be flaunting like, yeah, you guys suck. And you aren't allowed to sit with the cool kids. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to be near your personality. The rest of the movie is just this. The Scooby Doo gang goes around town and talks to people. Hey, can you give us some clues about this pirating happening with all the pirates going on? What's going on with them pirates? And then we have some dudes be like, oh, well, here's my experience with the pirates. And then there's a freaking another flashback. And I'm like, I don't need all these flashbacks. Stop with all the flashbacks. And this movie is half standing and talking around to people and half flashbacks. And I'm like, stop. When will the pirates get here? When? And then we have Fred and Daphne. They're like, you know what? We're gonna take a break from our investigation. Let's just go into this bar for no reason. It's just random. No particular discussion between them to get into the bar. They're just there. They're like, haha, yeah, we're cool or whatever, I guess. And Scooby and Shaggy aren't with us, so we won't have to deal with them eating all of our food. Yeah, haha. And then those two douche canoes are there again, and then they're like, we're sitting at a table. And then we have Velma is there with them. Velma's like, let's just ask them. I know that the response is going to be, let's just ask them. And then they ask him, hey, do you know anything about pirates or whatever? And they're like, you guys are too poor. You gotta give us money in order for you to ask me questions. You are way too poor. Way too poor. No money. Ha ha ha. Denied. Okay, here's a character moment that I really do like though from this movie. Velma is like, we don't need these guys. I'm gonna sit somewhere else. We don't need these guys. I'm like, that is the most wise decision that I've ever seen in a Scooby Doo movie. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. Velma is smart in this movie? Man, her character is so butchered in other movies that I'm actually surprised that she is smart in this movie. You know, more walking around happens in this movie. And then, you know what happens? Uh-oh, we got into trap. Go trap. Boom! Don't know how we get out of the trap. Oh no, bickering occurs. Oh, Fred has a big old brain. Let's get out of this trap. Here's a reason to get out of this trap. And getting out of this trap, we got out of this trap. Oh my goodness, we can ask more people about pirates, right? You think, oh, maybe there's some pirates coming by, you know, not really a ton of pirates until like the end. And then they encounter the pirates and it's like really, it's not satisfying. It's not satisfying at all. I just feel like if there's going to be pirates, if you're going to mention pirates the entire time of this movie, maybe you should talk about pirates and show them more often. Talk to them pirates. Interact with them pirates. Not just wait till like maybe the third act where we're just revealing, oh, look at the pirates, they're here. You know, there's movies that do this, right? Where we have a monster which is hidden, but because of the way that the monster is talked about, it's like, whoa, this is a really weird monster. And then the monster is revealed, it's like, whoa! Right? This Scooby Doo movie just feels like they're trying to set up some sort of monster thing, but it's so diluted and it's so sandwiched between other just random stuff that doesn't matter. Honestly, it felt like this movie was like, oh, we gotta hit a quota for the Scooby Doos. We gotta add some cool, important messaging. What kind of messaging can we put in there? Maybe we could put the message of, hey, if you got a guy who be like, you suck because you got no money, maybe you shouldn't talk to them because they suck. They're poor in spirit. They're poor in spirit even if they have a lot of physical money. You know what happens when you have the physical money? You don't die with it. You poor in spirit. There just felt like that. It just really felt like that. It felt so ham-fisted. All these messages that they're inserting in the Scooby Doo, and it's not even a traditional Scooby Doo formula where we have the Scooby Doo gang be like, oh look, there's this clue over here. What does this mean? Oh, there's a clue over here. Oh, we encountered the monster. That's weird. And we're finding some clues that the monster has left behind, and we're starting to solve everything. It's not until maybe the last 10 minutes of this movie where Velma is just like, oh, and here's my scheme as to say who I figured out who done did it. And it's like, this movie does not take the time to establish that Velma picked up on certain cues during this movie. It just seems like the movie just ham-fist, oh, here's the solution, here's what happened, here's the amazing stuff that happened, and only Velma knows. And the movie didn't even show me that Velma knows. The movie could have shown me that Velma knows by being like, having Velma be like, huh, that's strange. The thing that this thing is happening here, this thing happening is really weird. I'm going to take note of that. At least she says something like that. That would make much more sense as to how she got from one conclusion from one thing to another. It would make so much more sense. But nope. This movie would be like, oh, yeah, Velma's just going to know everything. We're not going to show why Velma knows everything. It's just that Velma knows everything. And I'm like, does not feel earned whatsoever. Also, guess what it is? It was the two douche canoes who were the pirates. And I'm like, why? Why are you guys pirating? Oh, because they're worried about their titles being given away. It's like, just the title is so arbitrary. You have so much money. Who cares? Why do you care about this vanity? You don't need it. You have the money. I mean, jeez, you need the vanity and the money? Can't you just have one or the other? What is wrong with you? But of course they're like, yeah, we need the vanity. Yeah, we're awesome. We need all that cool stuff. We need everything. We need everything. And I'm like, someone please educate these children. Okay, these children think they can just get everything in life. No, they need to be beaten down quickly, or else when they're an adult, maybe in their 30s, then they will be washed out or whatever, and then they'll feel it. Then they'll feel life's lessons. Someone needs to tell them now. They can't just have everything, including the title, an arbitrary title that maybe lasts for 3 months. Who cares? And then the end, the very end. Scooby Doo movie. They have a dance. They go be like, dance, woohoo, we dance, we did it. Wow, I can't believe it. We figured it out. No, Velma figured it out. Scooby Doo, you weren't doing anything. Shaggy wasn't doing anything. Well, except for being live bait, of course. Fred and Daphne are actually pretty incredibly big brained. And they talk, I guess. But Velma is just the oh, here's how I solved everything, without showing you during the beginning of the movie, or the middle of the movie, or even the beginning of the end of the movie, how she got to the conclusion. It only shows that she got to the conclusion just in the last 10 minutes. There's no oh, we're piecing it together during the movie, and so it's like a big reveal. No, none of that. It just feels like, oh, well, I guess we gotta have Velma, share what she got, I guess. And then the rest of the movie was just thrown together. It's not a good movie. It's not a good movie. It's not a good movie. Scooby is cool, I guess. He's a cool Lego dog. I don't even remember if Daphne or Velma are even in swimsuits in this one. They're in swimsuits in other Scooby-Doo movies. Like Aloha Scooby-Doo, which is the only good thing about the movie is that Daphne and Velma are in a swimsuit. In that movie, everything else about the movie is terrible. But in this movie, she's not even in a swimsuit. I'm like, why? Why did you deny me this? So, this Scooby-Doo movie is kind of the animation is just whatever, I guess. It looks 3D, it looks modern. It's nothing too fancy schmancy. It's doable. It helps with the plot or whatever. I just don't like this Scooby-Doo movie. I gotta give this movie a solid 5 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. The platform really likes that. If you want to fast track a movie review, you can do that for $20 redeems on patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you like to help support the daily grind, grindiness of all them daily movie reviews, go to this link tree. So you can go here. And until next time, Mint Salad Saw. I'll see you later, my side croutons and bacon bits. Woo, I go run now.